Okay, perfect. Hi guys, welcome. We had met you exactly like this. जब वो hack करके response sheet आ गई थी and we felt we'll come meet you all. थोड़ा abate करेंगे nervousness and tension जो होगी, score versus percentile क्या लग रहा है, क्या हो सकता है. Similarly, कल रात को शाम को कितने बजे? I think roughly around 9:45, 10 p.m. the CAT response or rather the CAT scorecard officially came out. And we felt, looking at the number of queries GP, me and the entire team has been getting, that a lot of you all have this question of, sir, अब ये आ गया, अब कहाँ से call आएगा, what is the next course of action? So we said, why not come here, let's have a session, let's interact with you all. We're carrying a basic PPT to take you all through some of the basic things, but I know, and I'm sure GP also knows, that we're going to get a lot of questions today and be inundated by it. We'll try to pick up as many as possible. सब नहीं हो पाएंगे, वो caveat starting में add करता हूँ. Over to GP.
And not only that, सब नहीं हो पाएंगे, but we'll take sufficient number of cases, and quite possibly your case will be even if it is not taken, it will be similar to one of the other cases. So please make sure तुम्हारा वाला exactly नहीं है, तुमसे मिलती जुलती चीज मिल जाएगी तुम्हें, and it will at least serve your purpose.
Absolutely. Yeah. So having said that, officially थोड़ा शुरू करते हैं. मतलब I can see a lot of questions coming already. Before we start picking them up, एक basic outline. Just let's get a basic outline on a couple of things that we want to go ahead and talk about. This is basically what our agenda is going to be, which is the CAT 24 scaled score versus percentile. Actual story क्या निकली? What were the scaled score that were corresponding to the percentiles? What are the B schools that you can look at? And then some of the resources that might help you. Resources could be in case things haven't worked out, JAT के लिए क्या करूँ? If things have worked out, DDP preparation कैसे शुरू करूँ? So resources का objective वो है, it is to help both category of students, ensure that over the next 10, 20 days, 30 days, you know exactly what path you need to go ahead and chart up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to score versus percentile. Now, if you have a look at this, this is what it looks like. And now we've not gone ahead and done slot 1, slot 2, slot 3 क्योंकि हमने scaled score ही ले लिया.
Right.
You would know how that has gone ahead and operated. For example, अगर मैं slot 1 में हूँ, verbal की थोड़ी सी scaling हुई है at the upper end, थोड़ा downscale हुआ at the lower end. That is how it's operated. Slot 2, for example, and GP might be able to state that better because 000 attempt होता है तो हमें काफी कुछ पता चलता है.
Actually, मैंने अपना अभी तक स्कोर कार्ड डाउनलोड नहीं किया है, and but my guess is I will definitely be not 0 percentile. I'm definitely going to be about 20-25 percentile.
If I'm not wrong, Jijo was stating quant में 0, it became a scaled score of 2, which was a 40 percentile.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So something like that.
पक्का होगा. As I've said earlier also, my best performance with the 000 has been CAT 2013 55 percentile. Okay, so let's get down to this particular place. Okay,
so upper end पे अगर चले 99.5 odd percentile, you can see overall roughly around 104 के आसपास है. And if you look at it from a sectional perspective, this I think is very, very important. Yes. 99.5 in DILR is roughly 41.5. Now what that will mean actually is, अगर मैं देखूं from the perspective of somebody in slot 1, for example, I was in slot 1, I saw descaling काफी हुई, roughly around 4.5-5 marks descaling तो मेरे लिए ही हुई, और किसी के लिए हो सकता है descaling ज्यादा हुई हो. So एक बात पक्की है, like Ravi also I was talking about, Ravi sir you might be aware of, he was also stating he got a descaling about 4.5-5 marks. So उस perspective से देखे, in order to land up at a 41.5, you probably needed a raw score of roughly around 46 in slot 1. मतलब 4 set almost completely solve करने होंगे.
That's right.
Roughly 16 questions. So that I think is a very, very important indicator that slot 1, and this is something we were pointing out on day 1 as well, slot 1 turned out to be way easier than the other slots. And I think that is clearly visible here. Right. Slot 2, slot 3, GP, you've gone ahead and solved it as well.
Yeah, so अगर मैं slot 2, slot 3 देखता हूँ तो I was very clear that slot 2 is more difficult than the slot 1, but slot 3 is possibly the most difficult. That was my feeling, and my analysis was the basis of that was essentially मैंने slot 2 दिया था. I knew that paper, all 5 sets were doable, but the couple of sets look difficult, and it is unlikely that most people will be able to do all 5 slots or all 5 data sets. And which is why in that paper, 3 to 4 sets. Okay, what was the ideal attempt? I'll say 4 sets, or even if you don't do 4 sets, चौथे पांचवे set में say you do couple of questions on each set, you would have done the job. Okay, but when I went to slot 3 paper, the slot 3 paper, the issue was one set at least was not doable for most of the students. which means with the optimum attempt or the maximum possible attempt for majority, and I say majority, I'm talking about 99.5+% of the students would be 4 sets, not 5 sets. While in slot 1, it could be 4.5 to 5 sets, depending. Slot 2, sorry, would be about 4.5 sets, and slot 1 would be about 5 sets. So ये gradation है, which is why I'm not surprised with that part at all उसके अंदर, क्योंकि slot 2 में भी 4 सेट करना मुश्किल नहीं था, slot 3 में 4 सेट करना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल था, and that is where the issue comes out. The other thing what you need to look at is ये जो 37.8. Last year, this number for 99 percentile was something around 27, 28.
Yes.
So there is almost a jump of 10 marks.
Correct.
And same thing you need to look at the quant part also.
Almost 6 marks.
This is a jump of about 6 marks. So between quant and DILR, there is a jump of 16 marks. If you remember, last year this was at about 78.
75, 76.
75, 76. So 76. So 76 plus 16, 92 aa jata hai. That is where we are. So whatever jump you are seeing out here, the biggest culprit, if I can use the word culprit, is DILR followed by quant. Okay.
And another thing which I think verbal, जो हम बोल रहे थे consistent रहेगा, what it has been over the last couple of years, I think that is very, very clear. Verbal की consistency रही है. It was not tougher than last year. It was not easier than last year. It was more or less similar to what it has been over the last couple of years.
Verbal में problem ये होती है, paper के बाद सबको आसानी लगता है. Okay, so but you forget what was last year because unfortunately, or rather, you are not supposed to know it also because it's not taken the paper. We have taken these papers every year, so we have a better idea कि last year से ऊपर गया कि नीचे गया. दूसरी एक और चीज जो important होती है when it comes to verbal is to remember that after the paper, when you look at the paper again, it looks easy. So if you pick up last year's paper today, यार तो बहुत आसान था. इस साल के पेपर अगले साल के स्टूडेंट में बहुत आसान लगता है. तो पेपर में करते हुए उतना पता नहीं चलता कि ऊपर गया कि नीचे गया. Secondly, after the paper, everything is very, very easy.
Yeah. Perfect. As we keep going down, I think those similar things will be very, very visible. Basic thing that you need to keep in mind is, I think what GP was talking about, कि 99 percentile कहाँ पे जाएगा. 95 percentile also similarly, if you look at, just look at DILR. Last year we are saying 99 was roughly around 28, 29. So you can say 95 more or less वहाँ पे चला गया. And quant में 26 के आसपास was a 99 last year. जो you can see
this
there
was
is
about 2021 only.
Yeah. So you can see that there is jump. And we were also predicting कि थोड़ा bunching होगी. वो I think bunching हुई है. 85 percentile अगर quant में लोगे देखो 13.5, 80 percentile 11.2. So once again, if you've gone ahead and gotten about 4 to 5 questions right, your sectional cutoff of quant probably you would have been able to handle. So bunching हुई है. Upper end में it's gone up because the good students, the better students, the slightly better prepared students have actually gone ahead and scaled and gotten more marks. That is basically what's happening.
And those of you who are looking at CAT 25 because you're already preparing for that, please remember quant is still 4 questions sectional cutoff tier. By and large, depending on the slot, कहीं 3.5 है, कहीं 4.5 है. 11.2 to 12.5, so 12 is somewhere in the middle. Okay, so 4 questions was still required to clear the sectional cutoff. And when it comes to DILR, it is about 6 questions. And that is also reflected, that also reflects to you, the level of difficulty of the section has gone down significantly. And 6 questions roughly is one set, एक 6 वाला set, 6 वाला था ना?
5 वाला.
5 वाला था. एक 5 वाला set करोगे तो अगर मुश्किल वाला है तो निकल जाएगा, आसान वाला. So 1.5 set is what was required out here.
Yeah. Okay. One last thing with which I think we can then move to the next slide is last year 80 percentile generally about 34 पे होता था. This year you can see that has moved to about 70 percentile and 80 has gone as high as a 42.7, which means around 8-9 marks ka increment even at the lower end, which clearly, and this is a very good indicator of the fact that the paper was easier.
Yeah.
You know, the lower end always gives you that indicator, and I think that is very, very clear here. We're getting a lot of questions. So some of you all, if you're hypothetically SC, ST category and you're getting above an 80 percentile or so, you have a good chance of getting a lot of calls, and we'll get into those specific queries.
And one last thing before we go to the specific things is those of you who are preparing for CAT 25, please look at this slide and vis-a-vis the last year paper, and please understand there's nothing called a level of difficulty of CAT. Because when students are preparing, they say, एक ये बहुत अजीब सा सवाल आता है, इसका मेरे पास कोई आंसर नहीं है. Is this CAT level? I don't know what is CAT level. In the last 3 years or last 4 years, if you look at it, the 99 percentile has moved from something like 95, 96 to 84 to 76 and back to something around 95 odd. So there's nothing called a level of difficulty of CAT. CAT has varying level of difficulty, and you have to be open to dealing with whatever level of difficulty is given to you in the paper.
Absolutely, spot on. Okay, I think this is what everybody is here for. अब हम लोग, I'm going to add a caveat. one thing that we're going to do is we're going to give you sectional cutoffs which has been picked up right from the B School's website, which talks more about the eligibility. For example, IIM Ahmedabad को 70 70 70 होगा. Actually, finally, जब वो कॉल करते हैं वो 70 70 70 में खुश होंगे और उसके बेसिस में बुलाएंगे. We can't comment on that. That never comes out. So from a sectional perspective, we'll only be able to tell you that. From an overall perspective, yes, because like GP pointed out, we've been doing this for some years. We have a little bit of data and we've been following the trend of the cutoffs for B schools. We might be able to give a better prediction in terms of whether you can get a call or not from an overall perspective. But sectional, adding this caveat, थोड़ा मिर्च मसाला हो सकता है. एक मिर्च मसाला जो मेरे को already दिख रहा है chat box में is IIM Mumbai, Niti. Now GPN, we were just talking about it some time back जब हम बोल रहे थे आप एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया देखोगे तो 80-85 परसेंटाइल के आसपास ओवर करता है. बट इफ यू लुक एट व्हाट एक्चुअली हैपेंड लास्ट ईयर, आई थिंक देयर वाज नोबडी हु गॉट अ कॉल हु हैड अ सेक्शनल लेस देन 95.5. एंड लाइक जीपी वाज पॉइंटिंग आउट, हर साल ही ऑलमोस्ट 90 अब होता है सेक्शनल.
Nitty, whatever they might say, every year the sectional cutoff used to be, or at least let me say, whatever the sectional cutoff were declared, actually the people who are getting calls had a minimum score of 90 percentile in each of the three sections. So if they say my eligibility or my sectional cutoff is 80, it is meaningless because 90 के कम पे वो call आती ही नहीं थी sectional cutoff.
Correct. So that's a caveat with which we'll start. So this is basically what you can look at from a range perspective. I think what I will like to do is we will like to talk about the overall perspective at this point in time and then move to the sectional part. Okay. So overall. Now, and this obviously is a slightly generalized version of it. IIM Ahmedabad अगर 99 plus लिख रहे हैं. So what we'll do is side by side we'll also start taking questions here. So I would like you all to go ahead and post your questions with respect to your profile in case you have any. And I'll start with probably Aditya saying 97.45 percentile, general engineer male, 10 CGPA, 96.6, so we can say 95, 96.6, grad of 9.6 as well, 30 months work ex. Can I expect black EM? I think you've done everything you could from a profile perspective. Percentile perspective में
Aditya, unlikely. As a general engineer male, you're unlikely to get a call from ABCL, ACLIKM. ठीक है, Mumbai is possible. Sorry, Mumbai is possible. However, B में ना थोड़ा तुम्हारा चांस बनता है. You have a 30 months of work experience, 97.45. There's an outside chance. If you were 98, I would have said yeah, 98 पे आने का बहुत अच्छा chance है. But 97.45, I'll say it's a iffy kind of a thing, but there's a possibility. However, I think you should get calls from
Shillong should call.
Yeah, Mumbai, Shillong, MDI तो आएगा ही, and
IFT
should also be there with you. Okay.
I don't know whether you apply to TIS or not. Might get TIS, but HRM hai, I don't know whether you're looking.
So these are the calls you can expect from this place. And again it is your work experience of 30 months which could tilt the scales in your favor as far as Bangalore is concerned.
I would also recommend one thing. Hope पे मत अभी रहना, आएगा great, but XAT prep करो. Profile is brilliant.
Yes.
If you score at 96.5, 97 also, you'll have a very good chance of a conversion through for XLRI XLRI Jamshedpur and NCR. So I would recommend that XAT focus should start. Okay, so we can start probably right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Harsh is saying 98.31, 10-10-8, general male, non-engineer, finance background, working at PwC as a valuation analyst. Can I expect 10-10-8?
Working as PwC, amount of work experience नहीं डाला है.
Yeah.
So that is a gray area. But at 98.31, I will say C and B are definitely ruled out for you. Again, I'm assuming zero work experience. If you have something like 2 to 3 years work experience, then B is possible. Okay. Lucknow, I will not rule you out, though I will say it's a borderline case. Indore तो gender मार देगा, तो मैं उसका कुछ नहीं कर सकते. And Kozhikode is again a strong possibility. And Niti or IIM Mumbai, IFT, etc. are definitely on.
Yeah. You see, you're a non-engineer, so I think there are a couple of things that are going to work in your favor. I think there is a good chance you might actually get Lucknow, especially if that work experience is upwards of 18 months, 24 months or something. Because 95, I'm guessing 8.4, 8.5 CGP होगा, 98.31 है. Lucknow के I think there might be a
Lucknow
chance.
possibility है work experience के base पे. Even Ahmedabad rule out नहीं करूँगा मैं,
correct.
because you have that work experience also and you are a non-engineer.
Correct. Okay.
OBC 3 work experience, male engineer, cap IIMs. देखो पहली चीज तो conversion की बात नहीं करेंगे, because conversion is a function of your interview performance. If you have a 100 percentile, you don't do well in interview, you can get rejected. And in the past, 100 percentiles have been rejected by ABCL IK. So let's not beat around the bush and say percentile aa gaya to pakka ho jayega. Nahi. So conversion will happen with a good interview irrespective of your CAT score. And if you don't have a good interview irrespective of your CAT score, there will be no conversion. So conversion की चिंता नहीं करेंगे. 82 percentile, OBC, CAP IIM.
I think SAP might be possible. CAP might be a little difficult.
Yes.
Profile is decent. ये 999 होता तो मैं बोलता शायद Vizag and all might also come if there was a decent work experience. But I think CAP will not be easy. Generally, for general category about 93.5, 94 के आसपास cut off रहता है. Plus this year there are 6,000 more applicants, right? While 6,000 is not that big a number from a percentage perspective, but that might still make the cutoff 0.2, 0.1, ऊपर नीचे जा सकता है. So I would say थोड़ा 92 पे guarantee तो नहीं होगा. Okay, Harsh, I think Harsh, okay.
Harsh Khanna. Non-engineer 80, 70, 76, 98.97. यार हर्ष तुमने अपनी 10th 12th में क्या कर दिया? ठीक है.
मैं 12th पे ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम है 73. 10th 80 में still work.
Yeah. Unfortunately, A, B, C, L चालों के लिए 10th 12th important है.
Yeah.
Even in all. Okay.
K will also be difficult.
K will also be a challenge इसके अंदर.
Stage 1 आ जाएगा.
Stage 1 तो खैर आ जाएगा. Stage 1 is meaningless. That's only an expression of interest.
And I think that's important. Lot of you all will turn around and say, sir, आपने तो बोला था K नहीं आ गया, मेरे को आ गया. Guys, please keep in mind, stage 1 almost सबको आ जाता है, तो basic eligibility criteria clear करते हैं. Stage 1 call for IIM Kozhikode is not a call. Okay, please keep that in mind. Yeah.
Okay. So general non-engineer.
IIT Delhi maybe.
IIT Delhi.
If you applied, I hope.
Bombay भी rule out नहीं करूँगा. IFT again. IFT does not. IFT and NITI don't look at your academics. So
IFT does now. Over the last 2-3 years they've been starting to look at.
So then that will also be an issue. But percentile high है from an IFT perspective, so I would not rule you out. In addition to that, you can look at MDI, maybe SPGen also.
SPGen again मेरे को थोड़ा difficult लग रहा है because profile plus call में.
हाँ, profile plus में थोड़ा सा challenge तो है, but इसमें work experience नहीं लिखा है.
So I'm guessing
guys, when you write your data, please definitely mention your work experience as an important component.
Yeah. Okay.
Harsh,
this is a new Harsh.
There's a new Harsh, yeah. 94, 90, 65 general male non-engineer finance. Yeah, I think holding क्या?
नहीं 94, 90 I don't remember. No, we've not done this. But very similar profile, I think.
So similar we did Aditya का यही था.
I think very similar. In fact, तुम दोनों ही PwC में काम कर रहे हो तो बहुत similar है. So I think what we spoke about there holds true for you as well. Give probably we can pick up Neha's because it's a slightly different question. Maybe get that into the picture as well because few students might have this query. So wrote CAT this year as well, and this year also it didn't pan out the way I hoped. Not getting the same percentile. What to do?
Neha, there are only two things you can look at. First of all, ZAT is still about 10 odd days away, 15 days away for you. Those 2 weeks you can go all out for that. That is one thing. Okay. The other thing would obviously be repeat. Okay, and these are the two essential things. However, the third item which is also possible is drop CAT and look at something else. Okay. Now again, Neha, at this point of time, the information you are given is not sufficient for us to tell you क्या करना है. For example, in both the years, your percentile is 50, 60 percentile. मैं बोलूँगा Neha, maybe there's something else you need to be doing. But if your percentile is about 90 odd, 85, 90, 95 in this range, then repeating may not be a bad idea, provided you have a job and you can prepare along with your work. Okay.
One thing I'll just add here, and there could be a lot of other students also in the same boat. I think GP will agree with me. We're not of the opinion that you should not do anything or you should quit jobs somewhere in between.
Yeah.
मेरे को उसमें दो प्रॉब्लम दिखती है. एक तो obviously एक profile problem है. Let's keep that aside. Second problem is you end up putting undue pressure on yourself. Because you turn around and state, अब my life is only this. This is the be all end all. ये नहीं हुआ तो कुछ नहीं हुआ. And उसके वजह से ना, that will impact your performance. Not only during your preparation, it will impact your performance on the day as well. Don't be in that situation. I think we've seen it multiple times. GP seen it much more than me. But I'm telling you, it does not work out. So I think that's a very important thing that GP said कि कुछ और side में कर लेना. Yeah, GP.
ठीक है. Yeah, I think that's essentially it. इसमें हर्ष को नहीं, sorry, ये तो ले लिया.
ये हो गया.
आर्यन को ले लेते हैं.
Yeah.
Aryan Shamil 94.56, general 85.79. Okay, male non-engineer Aryan, given your marks, etc., none of the IIMs are possible. Your best option is likely to be a new IIM, Ranchi, Raipur, Indore, and the lower ones. I'm not sure even about IFT together. For the simple reason, for general category, I think it is going to be upwards of 95, maybe even 96 plus. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead. Apart from this, your options are going to be, you could get a call on the borderline case as far as your MBA is concerned. Okay, IITs etc. तो जो है the ones which are
Madras
available,
and all might call, yeah.
Madras वगैरह maybe थोड़ा challenge है, because typically none of these IITs they have, remember, very few seats. So 95 के नीचे उनका normally cut off नहीं जाता है. So that is IITs or MBA.
अच्छा, you're non-engineer.
हाँ, you are non-engineer, so your option are essentially Madras and Delhi.
Yeah.
Okay, unless the others have also opened up.
Correct.
Okay. Then you have IIMT Ghaziabad, XIM Bhubaneswar, etc. So those are the institutes that you need to be looking at. And as Gautam said, ZAT pe lag jao. That is possibly going to give you a better return over anything else. And 95 odd in CAT means you can definitely expect 97, 98 तक या 99 तक भी जा सकते हो ZAT के अंदर. Okay.
Just one more thing, हम ZAT बोल रहे हैं. I'll also call out कि कल Snap का भी third attempt है. So in case you all are one of those who are writing that, don't spend undue time today on this video. You can probably come back tomorrow and have a look at this as well. आज थोड़ा स्नैप पे फोकस कर लो. लास्ट दो जो एग्जाम हुए हैं, स्लॉट 1, स्लॉट 2, डे 1, डे 2, उसका एनालिसिस देख लो, टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस देख लो. Those are two very good colleges out there as well, SIBM Pune and SCM HRD. Yeah. And for some of you all, even an SIBM Bangalore, SIIB might be better than the other options that you would get if you're scoring an 80 to 83 percentile in CAT. So don't play that down. It's an important exam. I just want to add that.
Yeah. Though we're saying 90.82% that GEM can I convert, यार देखो again मैं वही बोलूँगा. Conversion, you will get an interview call from IMT, IMI, and all these institutes, but conversion will be a function of how well you do in the interview.
Okay. क्या है? Compotento. Componendo का भाई. Okay, Compotento. 98.82, 92.51 score है, ठीक है? 95, 89, 86. 38 months work ex, GEM. Can I expect a call? Interesting है.
हाँ, A तो मैं नहीं बोलूँगा because engineer है ना.
हाँ, GEM
है ना, तो engineer है तो A बाहर हो गया. B में possibility है. Work experience तुम्हारा is just the right amount of work experience. Yeah, so you'll not get 5 out of 5, but you're likely to be 4.8 out of 5 or somewhere in that region.
Correct. In fact, 12th अगर 90 होता ना गलती से, I would have said थोड़ा और ज़्यादा probability बढ़ जाती.
That's right.
Of getting calls, but I would say
10th and that is fine. 12th is just missing out. but of late, what IMB has been doing is they have been excusing one less than 90. So उसमें शायद you will be able to follow.
Shillong should call.
Shillong
should call.
Yes, Shillong should happen.
Others, like GB pointed out, I think B best opportunity.
Then you have NITI, IFT, those are there.
All of that are there, obviously. Okay, Dhruv is done. हाँ, ये important है, and I think I kind of addressed this as well. See, 6,000 number बड़ा लगता है. जब आप percentage wise देखते हो, out of 3 lakh, 6,000 is not that big a number, right? So if I'm looking at it from that perspective, I would not expect the cutoffs to increase that much. But there are 2 or 3 interesting things happening under cap. For example, this morning it came out, Sambalpur is no longer taking cap. Sambalpur has decided they're going to conduct the process on their own completely. And they are turning around and stating, we were not happy with the cap process because हम interview नहीं ले रहे थे, तो this is not the way in which we want candidates to come. We want to give profile based calls. They've categorically mentioned this today, which means that probably for a Sambalpur, then it might not be a 94 if they actually mean what they're stating. A profile based call could mean it goes down to a 91, 92, 90. So there is a possibility, rather than it increasing, there might also be a possibility that it decreases. On the flip side, एक college हट जाए तो बाकी के colleges जब cap के रहते, cut off could go up because they will suddenly say lesser pool हमें चाहिए क्योंकि number of colleges कम है. So there are a lot of these things that also come in to play. So please keep an eye out on that.
Yeah. And just to add to, if Sambalpur definitely looks at the profile, then obviously the percentile cutoff will go down. And given it is Sambalpur, I would not be surprised if the general category cutoff goes down to as low as 85, provided they stick to the profile statement. Okay. And
important caveat, provided they stick to it, because they categorically stated it.
Umang, 99.16, 887 GEM, yeah, 887.
Difficult.
ABCL I के तो out हो जाता है.
IIM Mumbai.
Mumbai is possible, IIT Bombay
IIT
might
Bombay.
be possible, Delhi would be possible, MBA would be possible. So these are the colleges, even IFT is possible. All these are the ones, but ABCL, IK हटा देते हैं, तो almost all others are possible for you.
One thing, GP, I think MDI perspective से बोलना बहुत जरूरी है इस साल का. Guys, last year MDI ended up giving a lot of additional buffer calls because उनको लगा, मैं एक एग्जांपल लेता हूँ, 100 सीट है, उनको लगा हम 200 को कॉल करते हैं तो इवेंचुअली 100 ही लेते हैं, so we are sorted. वो लोग ने 200 को कॉल किया, 170, 175 accepted. They had 100 seats. So for the remaining 75, and this is a hypothetical example to showcase the matlab, for the remaining 75, they deferred calls, which means they said, you can get into any program of your choice next year. मतलब इस साल तुम्हें HRM कहाँ हमने दिया, next year तुम PGP core में भी जा सकते हो, अगर आप defer करते हो. So with MDI, this problem might come up this year. I don't know whether they've gotten any approval to increase the number of seats. We are not privy to that info at this point. But if that does not happen, it might mean that the cutoffs for MDI go higher this year because the number of seats available would be lower. Hence, MDI में वो एक caveat इस साल रहेगा.
However, एक चीज और है, some of those people who got the deferral have also taken CAT this year. And at least 3 people I know whose scores have improved significantly. And if they convert, they will drop out. But that dropout will happen only March or April when they get the other admission call.
Correct.
Okay. So उस पे bank मत करना. Right now, I would say, in fact, I had forgotten about this issue. So given that scenario, it is possible that MBA could reduce the number of calls, interview calls, or stick with the same number of interview calls, but give lesser number of final calls and have a longer wait list this year.
Yeah. So either which way, just have that at the back of your mind. ये मत चल के चलना. Last year तो 97.5 में आके convert भी होता है. इस year में photo interview देगा, guaranteed convert होगा. You'll have to take it with a pinch of salt.
Ashwin and others, as far as the IFT is concerned, they have a common merit list and common interview process for both Calcutta and Delhi. So it is not that you have a separate thing and a separate lower cutoff for Calcutta. The same cutoff is there for both of them. And secondly, conversion is the same issue as I talked about earlier. Common merit list for conversion also. The people who are at the upper end of the conversion list, converted list, they prefer to take IFT. Delhi, the others go for Calcutta. Between NMIMS Mumbai and IFT Calcutta, my preference would be IFT Calcutta.
I would agree with GP. Mainly you will be looking at IFT for finance. NM को भी finance के लिए देखते हो. उन दो को जब compare करते हो, IFT turns out to be better. So I think it's as simple as that. कोई और stream भी अगर देख रहे हो, NM में you're sitting in Mumbai, but IFT का advantage is going to be common placements.
Yes.
And common placements automatically mean slightly better level of companies coming in, better profiles coming in. So hence IFT takes the cake.
Also on cost perspective, IFT will be cheaper to do the MBA. Well, maybe about 60% of what you spend in NMIMS. NMIMS, including boarding logic, is likely to be close to 35 to 40.
Okay. General non-engineer male pharma, 95.55, 85, 79, 93.
Yeah, ABM वाले का chance है. However, your marks are a little on the lower side.
79.
Okay, 79 of 12 can be an issue, but I would say your best likelihood of you getting a very good call, the best calls are likely to be IIM Lucknow ABM and IIM Ahmedabad ABM. These are the two best possibilities for you. Uske baad, then you are down to the regular institutes, new IIMs and the ones below that.
Okay, this one I think we've not taken till now. 99.21, 898. 2 years of work X. Any chance of BNL given the work X?
BL दोनों है यार. मैं खाली 8 पे थोड़ा सा टेंशन हो रहा है. The 10th में जो 8 आया ना, that 8 in 10th is possibly a small issue. Otherwise, your percentile is fine. If your percentile can cover up for that 8 in 10th, then you can get a call from B also. So BL, both are possibilities.
Correct. If I have a look at it from your perspective, Vishisht, CAT ke through, not looking at a lot with a 78, but with 227 in NMAT, NM Mumbai ke alawa more or less everything.
सब कुछ खा जाना चाहिए.
TAPME, again, profile oriented, so maybe you don't get, but everything else you should surely get. So NM Bangalore, NM Navi Mumbai, both are going to be good calls, so you can focus on that. And please, I hope you're prepping for that and Snap agar ho gaya hai, hopefully वहाँ से भी कुछ.
And Vishesh, if you have good work experience, then TAPME भी count कर सकते हैं. But because that is missing, so I'm assuming it to be 0. But if you have a couple of years work experience, then TAPME again is a possibility. But as Gautam said, just forget about everything. For the next 2 weeks, focus on that.
One more thing which I will add for all of you all here, especially if you all are freshers. अभी के लिए डोंट थिंक अबाउट अ रीटेक, अभी के लिए थिंक अबाउट जैट में मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, बेस्ट पॉसिबल कॉल मुझे क्या आ सकता है, स्पेशली इफ यू आर एट अ 90 95 और गेटिंग अ 230 odd in NMAT और गेटिंग रफली अराउंड 39 40 in snap. Best call क्या आ सकता है, PDP preparation. If after that you still feel नहीं, I want to take a retake, we can have a conversation either in January once all exams are done, or probably around April May once the results start coming out. Don't take a knee-jerk reaction immediately at this point in time. Like GP has been pointing out and I have been saying, you still have 10 days. ZAT में अभी भी काफी fight मार सकते हो.
Yeah, nucleon feeding. Yes, you have given us very little information. No idea about your 10th, 12th graduation, your work experience, your bank, except for GEM, कुछ और नहीं मालूम है, ठीक है? But at 99.43, if you are what are ruled out is A, B, C are all ruled out. If we don't have
even L might be difficult.
Even L might be difficult, but नहीं, अगर work experience L आ भी सकता है, but it's a function of many things now. But A, B, C are ruled out. C is likely to be a 99.7 or more. And A and B again, they have their own 10th and 12th or graduation, and then you need a higher score for that.
I think that's important what GP just said. C के लिए ना एक simple rule of thumb है. If you're a general category student male, 99.65 to 99.7 के आसपास कट ऑफ रहता है. If you're a female, generally 99 to 99.1 के बीच में कट ऑफ रहता है. Simple rule of thumb है. वो ज्यादा complicate करते नहीं जिंदगी को. As long as you're 10 and 12 above 80.
80%.
80.5 and 99.5 are considered the same in 10 and 12 by Calcutta.
Yeah.
I really love that. But yeah.
Hey, that's sensible thing, yeah.
This is interesting, and I think it's a very good profile, GP. 96.47 SC, engineer male, 92.5, 84, 89.6, 7 months. I would say probably all calls.
Chances hai sab calls ka, and I hope you have filled up FMS also.
Yeah.
FMS, very, very high chance of. When I talk about FMS, remember FMS has something like a 65% weightage for CAT score. Most of the IIMs have about 30-35% weightage for CAT score. So which means if you get a call from FMS and you have a very high percentile, and all you need is an average interview, okay? Because then that weighted average will play in your favor. Okay, so others, that is what I will say कि FMS पक्का अगर नहीं डाला तो that's a miss. If you have applied to FMS, great. वहां से तो आएगा ही. So treat FMS as a backup and go all out for ABCL.
MD at 96.3, general profile is good. In a normal year, I would say yes. In an abnormal year like this year, I don't know what the cutoff would be.
I would still think कि आने का chance है. My guess is, again, it's a guess. They have not told us anything. My guess is they will go with the same number of interview calls, but have a longer wait list, because they will also probably ask the students who are asked to defer to pay the fees by a certain date. And they know a few of them will drop out, so they will have a longer wait list and same number of interviewers, but that is my guess. कोई चिट्ठी नहीं आई उनकी तरफ से मुझे.
Perfect. General engineer female 96.16, 29 months. Again ज्यादा info नहीं दिया. 10 12 undergrads पता नहीं है, but MDI probably आ जाएगा. Any chances of CAT cutoff? We've taken that. Rohan, we'll need more detail on your profile. Harsh, I think GP, that's an interesting one. 89.48 with a 867.
See, engineer male. New IIM is possible. Okay. New IIMs I will not rule out, but ABCL, IKS I think unlikely. IFT again I would say is a possibility, strong possibility, because when it comes to IFT and IFT especially, sorry, not others, IFT, the cutoff for general category versus SC/ST versus OBC is there's a significant gap.
What about a couple of IITs, GP?
IITs is possible.
IITs,
IITs are possible. Yeah. And see, why I would not bank on Delhi, Bombay is because of 10, 8, 6, 7. 10, 12 graduation is an issue for you.
8, 8 भी होता फिर भी शायद आ जाता.
8, 8,
6 is a problem.
6 is a huge issue.
Okay, IIM Sambalpur. I think we picked this up, right?
Talked about it already.
IIM Sambalpur CAT cutoff. Now, you know, अभी वो लोग ने आज सुबह announce किया, आज ही आके हम लोग ये predict तो नहीं कर पाएंगे कि cutoff क्या होगा. Like GP stated, अगर you know they stay true to their word कि profile के basis पे होगा, might go down very very low to 85, 86 as well. But let's wait and watch.
And the good example of that profile के basis पे कितना गया जाता है, you need to look at IIM Ahmedabad.
Oh yes.
Exactly same number of work experience, exactly same marks in 10th 12th graduation. Engineer will need a 99.78, and humanities students will need something. Humanities girl student will need something 90, 92, 93. If you're fashion technology kind of student, again 88, 89, 90. So file can make a significant difference as such, provided the institute sticks to it.
Absolutely. 87 EWS fresher, BCom 6.8, 9.3, 6.8. 6.8 into 9.5.
Cap EWS थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है. If this was because remember EWS is the category which has the smallest number of seats.
Not just that, GP. I think class 10 6.8 into 9.5 jayega. We're talking about low 60s suddenly.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
63%.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge problem. 63, 64.
But Saransh, I hope you have applied to the Delhi University courses apart from FMS jitne hain. Those are the ones you should definitely apply, which is your.
I think might make sense, GP, to write that. DU wale, MHROD wale, DSE maybe as well. Those colleges I think are important colleges.
So the site per likh dega.
Sure.
Delhi School of Economics has two programs. Okay. Delhi School, sorry.
MHROD.
It does MIB, MHORD, MHROD, sorry. Masters of Human Resource and Organization Development.
Yeah.
And there's a MIB, Master in International Business. Now this is called MBA HR now, and this is called MBA IB, International Business. Then there's a Master. Then there's a Master in Business Economics is also there. Okay. There's another course called Master in Business Economics. So these are the courses you should and MBA Finance or MFC, Master in Finance and Control. These are all Delhi University courses, and these typically have a cutoff about 95 percentile for general category candidates. So as an EWS, you have a possibility. These are the ones you should definitely apply. And they don't look at your 10th, 12th graduation. They give you interview calls, and they also don't look at sectional cutoffs. They look at only the overall score. So these are the places where you should definitely apply to if you have a poor academic record or you have a low sectional in any one of them. Secondly, please remember, being Delhi University, your fees will be very low, and you will have a reasonably good career opportunity.
One more college, I think, GP, which we probably also haven't mentioned there, but students might miss out. What about IISc? And it will be a good.
IISc is a very, very good college.
Thoda cutoff higher jayega, but
yes, I would believe 97 is the kind of score I would look at. Indian Institute of Science, they have an MBA program in technology management. Okay, which is closer to operations plus analytics kind of a program, but very good program, a very small batch size of about 20 odd, and but the placements are out of the world.
So that probably falls somewhere here or maybe here.
Yeah.
Somewhere in this range.
Now I would say, given the number of applicants have gone up, 97 percentile, otherwise 97, 98 is what I would say. Yeah. There's a range I would look at.
So either there or somewhere here.
Yeah.
Isme one thing which till now we've not spoken a lot about is actually going to be TISS Mumbai. Not a lot of students have asked about that either. But if you're now, TISS accepting it under CAT is happening for the first time. So number of seats come here. I don't know how many candidates they will actually want to go ahead and interview, GP.
But ultimately it's going to be a function of how many applications they see.
Exactly.
So my suggestion is, apply कर दो. HR is a very good career option. Most of us think कि HR में फतूगिरी होती है, नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. HR is as good as other options. So please go and apply. Yeah, admission हो जाएगा. You can later on decide not to join. Right now, apply, create a backup for yourself if nothing else. And remember, this is among the top 10 MBA institutes in India. And if you're looking at HR, either it is XLRE HR which is number one or TISS which is number one. You can always argue. But these are the top two institutes. Secondly, TISS has a very low fees. It's a government institute, it's got low fees, and hence you will also be able to, even if you get slightly lower placement, it will not be an issue because you don't have to take a loan.
Perfect. 11.75 MyCat, 91.45 CAT. What are my chances? I will say 11.75 makes it difficult here in MyCat. 25 तक जाता है generally we say 30-35 plus 25 तक फिर भी हो सकता है if your essay descriptive has gone off well. 11.75 is going to be a little too low. Should you take a second MyCat? Yes. And I would recommend a 30 plus, would be an ideal place to be in, but descriptive is going to play a very, very important role. Please keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think we have addressed this also, but yes, please remember, IIM Mumbai, Noti, you would normally not have a sectional cutoff of lower than 90. So if it has become 95 because of larger number of applicants, I will not be surprised. So officially, the sectional cutoffs are much lower, but on the practical level, anything less than 90 percentile in sections, you are unlikely to get a call as a general category candidate. Yeah.
97.82 NCOBC lawyer.
Yeah.
यहाँ तक प्रोफाइल मस्त है, 10-12 अंडरग्रेड्स नहीं पता.
Nirmala, two things missing: your work experience and your 10th12 graduation.
And I'm guessing Nirmala means female. I'm taking the liberty to assume that.
Yes, male would have been normally a Nirmal.
Yeah. So profile is very good. Lawyer, female, 97.82, things looking good. I would say if it's a 9, 9 and 7 also, I think stand a very good chance from IIM Ahmedabad.
Yes.
मतलब generally general category IIM Ahmedabad आ जाता है at 96, 97 for lawyers.
So Nirmala, I would say A and L are possibly going to be your best two calls. B and C, I don't think they will happen for you until unless you have work experience. If you have work experience of about 3 years, then even B can happen.
Yeah.
But C, I will rule out completely given your scores at present.
And guys, one request: if you're putting this in, please put your complete profile. Becomes difficult for us to pick it up otherwise. 97.45 GEM, 95, 96, 9 points. ये हम ले चुके हैं, I think.
Aditya था ना? That is what we started off with.
What is the average scale down in DIR in slot 1? Inner circle, it looks roughly around about 6 marks or so, but it will differ. It will depend upon where you are. Say in slot 1 DILR you did not do too well, so you will be penalized much more than in slot 1 DILR you did well. So if you did well, the penalization could just be about 3.5, 4 marks. If you didn't do well, it could go as high as about 7, 8 marks as well, because it was an easy one, or rather I should say easier one. 99.37, 998 GEM.
Yeah, GEM बोलते ही खत्म हो जाती है कहानी काफी हद तक. Okay. So
XLRI पे focus through that. नहीं हुआ, then you can think of a retake.
Rahul, cold code is what I would think is possible for you. Indore gender is an issue. Okay, so and Shillong, but ABC I don't think will happen.
Okay. L also I think very difficult. I think Harsh we've taken.
ये वाला ले लेते हैं. Vinu is asking OBC category 80% है. Vinu, as I said, couple of options. One is obviously ZAT. Though ZAT does not have an OBC reservation, if you do well in ZAT, there's a XLRI is an option available. Apart from that, the other option will be retake. So you need to pick up from one of these. But again, go for retake if you are reasonably sure you can at least reach a 90 percentile. If you think that even next year going to be somewhere around 80 odd percentile, then maybe it is not worth going for retake. You will be better on looking at other options. One important exam which will be coming is going to be PGDCM of IIM Calcutta. And those of you who
PGDBA.
PGDBA.
The course of PGDCM.
PGDBA of IIM Calcutta, which is IIM Calcutta plus ISI Kolkata plus IIT Kharagpur. Terrific course. If you are an engineer, if you have a background in analytics, data science, please apply for it. And whatever you have prepared for CAT will by and large suffice for you to clear this exam. Okay.
One more thing, GP, OBC, I would say if you've written SNAP, hold on.
Yeah.
There is a chance that the cutoff might be slightly lower. OBC reservation is going to be there. In case you end up scoring, say, mid-30s or early 30s, there is a chance there. So you don't know. You might actually end up getting a couple of calls through Snap if you've written it. Harsh, I think we've taken. Yeah, we can, I think, go down. So while that happens, probably a couple of levels here. I think we are fairly comfortable with where we will be in the 95, 97, 98 range. These are the couple of colleges which you should be looking at, which are more or less in the 97, 98 percentile range, but not under CAT. Which means Snap ke through SIBM Pune, SCMHRD, NMIMS Mumbai. Couple of y'all have been asking कि NM के calls कब तक आएंगे. Generally NM का जो official scorecard है, वो in and around that आ जाता है, and the calls start coming by roughly around the 10th, 12th of Jan. But the interesting part is the interviews actually start by the 3rd week of January itself. NM and SIMBI try to ensure that the entire process is over by Feb, so that you have to pay the fees by March. ताकि जब तक आपके बाकी कॉल जाए, यहाँ पे आप फीस दे चुके हो, and हर बंदे का एटलीस्ट एक डिडक्टेबल तो goes. So that's a story, that's a game that a few of them do. So please keep that in mind.
Also remember, these institutes, if you have paid money there, they will ask you something like 8 to 10 lakhs. Your ability to create a backup from some other institute reduces significantly. So when you pay the institutes, we'll discuss this at a later stage also. Please be very sure that you're going to join the institute unless something significantly different happens.
So in short, do reach out if possible to one of us or something. Sir, ये आ रहा है पर मेरे और भी अच्छे calls हैं. Should I not? Try having a conversation.
Okay. OBC male profile 10, 88, 94, 78, 85, 90. BTech food technology. Food technology all hands में देखो दो ही हैं. Again, if you have applied for ABM, I would not rule you out because you are an OBC candidate. But I'm still a little worried about 78. I would say there's a reasonably good chance of you getting both ANL, ABM program or FABM program, not the regular program. But as far as IIM Lucknow is concerned, please remember there's no difference between ABM and PGP. Both of them have same placement record.
Okay, this I think we've picked up. Componento is done. Ishan, we've done. Real reality. 82 percentile, all sectionals clear, OBC 987. What are my chances of cap conversion? I think very similar one we answered very early on, where we said 80 to 83 पे शायद थोड़ा difficult हो जाएगा for an OBC candidate. So I would once again repeat, थोड़ा difficult है. Please keep your eye open and hopefully you're prepping quite well for that, is what I will put in. I think Rahul's also we've taken.
This is interesting, Dr. Ankush Thakur. 93.54 CAT score with medical background. 10th is 88, 12th is 69, graduation 58, 10 months work experience. Any IIMs or non-IIMs possible? Okay. Yeah, both percentile is a little on the lower side, as well as your marks in 12th especially are significantly lower.
Even grads 58.
Grad फिर भी थोड़ा सा कई बार माफ हो सकता है because of your medical background. But so I would say ABCL are ruled out by and large from your point of view. Even I is out. K again to me, if it was not 69%, given your background, I may have ventured कि शायद हो सकता है, but I don't think even that will happen. So ABCL, IK, I'm not sure. Similarly,
one thing GP I might add, he's got 10 months of work ex. Hypothetically next year लिखे 98.5, 99 types आ जाए. There is a good chance because
if he writes again next year and gets a 98 odd, A and L both will happen.
Because medical background
that
will work in your favor.
That's right.
So I think as of now, I hope you're writing that and things work out. But if not, then probably retake for you because 93.5 aaya hai na. You can 100% score a 90, maybe even a 99 plus. That's not a huge gap to cover. It means your basics are in place.
And if we look at this year also, between 93 would be something like a 60 marks.
Yeah, probably about 62. Yeah,
93 would be 62, and 99 or 98 will be something like 85.
Yeah.
So we are looking at a gap of about 23 marks, which is about 7 questions. 6 to 7 questions is what we're looking at. 6 to 7 questions. If you from 6 questions which are long, you convert them to right, you have more than covered for that gap.
And you have a year to do that.
Yes. So Dr. Ankush, strong recommendation. If you don't do well in XLI, if you don't get through XLI, Jamshedpur or NCR, do look at a retake.
Sorry.
Harsh ko thali to ho gaya tha.
Yeah. Rahul also we've taken.
Okay.
Component of Nirmala Ankush.
Arjun Singh. I don't think we have.
Yeah.
It's a new name, so I'll just pick it up.
99.5, 88, 91, 91, general fresher, 92.4, 95, oh, that's not bad, 88.4.
10, 12 graduations by and large, okay. It is...
engineer, non-engineer नहीं लिखा ना?
General fresher. Not engineer, non-engineer
हाँ, वो नहीं लिखा.
Non-engineer है तो थोड़ा सा you might be able to get from a COE code also.
Yeah. Okay. Engineer, then it will be slightly difficult. Okay. Art student. This is interesting.
English literature 99 percentile. Okay. 968 fresher.
And EWS.
EWS can expect ABC call.
Your problem in life is your 6.
Yes.
ये 6 नहीं होता, I would have said you are going to get a call because your arts, your English literature. I will still say there is a chance. Actually.
I will not rule you out from A or C, Abhibi. Because you are EWS, you might scrape through. Okay. Because despite
CGP,
the 6.
I'll tell you why it will be difficult. The 6 would mean the cutoff.
EWS cutoff general category कितना होता है? Would be something like 96.5,
general is 99.65 and EWS would be similar to OBC.
Which is 97 approximately.
Last year it went up to 98.2.
Oh, then
which
it
is
is
why I'm saying with 6.
I was under the impression it's about 97.5 or...
Last year it went high.
So See, I will say you have a borderline case for C. A is ruled out because of C, because of 6. B is also ruled out because of 6. So otherwise, yeah, ठीक है. Lucknow, let's see what happens. Lucknow, I would say still is possible. Kozhikode is possible.
I'm just thinking, GP. Similar profile. Say had this been 9 in 12.
Yeah.
We would have said probably 89, 90 पे भी आ जाएगा.
हाँ. तभी
So 9 से 6 में 10 percentile.
नहीं 9 से 6 में when you look at Ahmedabad, for example, from a 10 points you go down to something like 4 points.
4 points.
So there's a significant gap.
Those 6 points will you be able to make up with a 99? See, now this is where I feel एक problem इस साल आने वाली है. All these B schools, when they calculate your marks eventually for the call, they do it out of the highest score somebody has scored this year. The problem is still last year that used to be 160, 170. This year that is going to be 204 because there is somebody out there who's got 204.
It was slot 3 ना?
It was slot 3.
So slot 3 में 204 थोड़ा scale down होके भी 202 तो 200 तो फिर भी होगा.
मतलब
It still be about 200 odd.
That's where I think the problem is going to come up for you because the advantage you had in CAT, had your 99 percentile been taken, and I'm guessing 99 percentile would have been 95 का scale score. 95 अगर हम लेते out of 160 और उसको convert करते for a 50% weightage, you're suddenly looking at good. Suddenly now it is 95 out of 204. You are losing essential marks there. And I think that is where a problem is going to come up this year. And which is why I sometimes don't understand why certain people have to go there and aim for 100 percentile. I understand writing, we write the paper as well, but we try our level best to leave at least one section, if not all. But I think that to me, this time might be a slight issue. Otherwise, I always state this arts profile, and there's a very, very good chance all arts profile students should write CAT.
And Abhishek, I hope you will apply to Tata Institute of Social Science, and I hope you have applied to FMS also. FMS, EWS male, 99 percentile, again a good chance. Though they have a weightage for 10th and 12th marks, but it's significantly lower as compared to Ahmedabad, which has almost a veto on this.
Especially अगर verbal आपका अच्छा गया, because 40% weightage वो लोग verbal को देते हैं overall percentile की जगह. That might also work in your favor. I think Ishan we've probably missed because this is the 4th time I think he's putting it out there.
Yeah.
94.82 general non-engineer male. Again, I think we need more data. थोड़ा नहीं, okay. Non-engineer लिख दिया. 1097.
Any chance? Okay, general non-engineer. See again, as a
cap तो आएगा.
Cap तो आ जाना चाहिए है, and maybe Kozhikode.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is also something interesting. Price 91.2, 91.2, 71. EWS. Okay, there is 10th, 12th graduation. So अच्छा copy हो गया. Very good. EWS 98.65, 36 months old. Good chance of both. I would say A and B both.
Yeah.
C I would not bank on. I think C 98.65 possible है because you are
because 10 and 12 दोनों handled है
EWS. Not sorry, EWS.
C is possible.
A, B, C, L all four are possible for you. Okay.
See, in some of these cases, guys, problem क्या होती है ना? You have to realize normalization is based on the data that they've collated till date and also on this year. तो इसमें एक problem जो उठेगी, as of today basis last year it seems possible है. हो सकता है EWS का कट ऑफ 98.8 चले जाए तो वो difficult हो जाएगा. हो सकता है वो कम हो जाए तो वो high possibility. That's why we are saying possible. We are not saying guaranteed. Please be careful about that part.
जैसे ये वाला केस है. 997 will I get Ahmedabad call? Rishikesh you should get a call. ठीक है, but I'll say you should
newer
get a
word.
ठीक है.
Possible, guaranteed. एक और डाल देते should. Because logically speaking, you should. That's the reason. But that's the sad part, right? 99.92 पे भी हम should बोल रहे हैं. But the profile at 99.
हाँ, Calcutta is definite. Yeah. Okay, but in Rishikesh, one of the good things for you would be FMS भर दो. अगर डाल दिया होगा, I'm presuming. Because FMS is almost going to be a guaranteed admission for you as long as interview में जाके गाली गलौच मत करो. So just go have a normal interview, you'll get through because you have, as I said earlier, FMS has a 65% weightage for CAT score. So very high chance a normal interview will get you through. So that should give you the confidence that FMS is the lower limit for you. Now A, B, C, L में से जो भी आता है, that is going to be the specific target which you should have.
One thing, and looking at that question, I feel that is happening and this happens every year. अपने दिमाग में ना ये मत रखो that Ahmedabad is the be all end all. Guys, there is no difference between an ABC. Maybe there is no difference between an FMSL, Excel, ABC also.
No, I'll go a step further and say there's no difference between A, B, C, L, Excel. By and large, you'll get the same kind of companies coming to you. FMS थोड़ा सा अलग इसलिए हो जाता है because FMS is certain, let's say finance, you will not get the same level. Consulting, you will probably not get the same kind of stuff. But by and large, ABCL, any one of them is equally good. The placements are going to be the same. You will end up with the after Lucknow, you will join the same company which your friend from Ahmedabad will be joining at the same salary and same career progression. So don't worry on that aspect.
Which is why what GP stated कि 99.92 में guaranteed Calcutta आएगा भाई आंख बंद करो prep शुरू करो and Calcutta interview is not going to be easy, trust me on that.
There's another one. Yeah.
Non-engineer EWS 8977 and 74.
देखो again Calcutta तो है, ठीक है. Since we don't know WorkX, I will not say much about Bangalore, but Calcutta, Lucknow, कोझिकोड, इंदौर मेरे को हमेशा डाउटफुल लगता है if it's a male. Okay, so but Calcutta, Lucknow, कोझिकोड should happen. I would say 77 and 74, both of them can be an issue together. Ahmedabad again, it's a question of how much work experience you have. But as Gautam said, C तो आ रहा है ना, काम पे लग जाओ.
Yep. 888 general non-engineer male, 16 months work ex. Yeah, sadly CFA doesn't count in getting calls. 90.87 general non-engineer male. ज़्यादा नहीं आएगा यार. General non-engineer male 90.87, not a lot that is coming your way. IMT, Ghaziabad, IIM,
yes.
That's the level that you should be looking at. Yeah.
Okay. Now this is the list. This is where you would be, possibly not below this.
Yeah. So this is cap. This and probably a little lower. Yeah. This is where we are getting into this range.
Yeah.
Roughly in this range, which means a Nagpur, Sambalpur, they might be possible. Vizag, if the profile is there, might be possible.
This is the other one.
Yeah. DSC DU that we've been talking about might be possible. You might actually even go ahead and get a couple of calls. Not here, but either you might get a call, which is Roorkee, Kanpur.
This is a general category.
Non-engineer. Okay. Non-engineer तो थोड़ा difficult हो जाएगा. Great Lakes, IRMA, if you're interested, those sort of colleges.
Actually, IRMA is a very good institute, very underrated institute. Please apply to it. If you're 90 plus, do definitely look at IRMA favorably.
I think a lot of students who are talking about agri background.
Yeah, all agri background students, agri, pharma. Okay, please do apply to IRMA.
Yeah. चलते रहते हैं. Gracie, I think we've not picked up. 93.46 general non-engineer female, 997, 15 months. K&I 99 में आ सकता है. अब वो डिपेंड करेगा वो 91 है कि 96, 97, क्योंकि वो नॉर्मलाइजेशन पे वो थोड़ा मैटर करता है. If it's around 96, 97 in 10 and 12, I would say 93.46 पे I is possible. Yeah. K may not be possible. थोड़ा percentile I think चाहिए होता.
Gracie, the good thing is you have got those 6 marks of gender and academic diversity already.
Yeah.
So 95.4.36, Indore is a significantly high possibility.
Yeah. Okay. Agam is very similar. Christ we've picked up.
Siddhant, Nagpal.
Rahul, I think we've picked up, right?
We picked up, okay.
I think we picked up. Next year ABC, we spoke about it. Ishan, we've picked up. 81.5 is what Siddhant is stating. 22 months of work ex. 10th at 9.4, 12th at 86, college at 7.3, general non-engineer male.
देखो सिद्धांत, we are down to your best call is likely to be a tap me if they find your profile interesting.
Good enough.
Primarily because of your work experience.
Yeah.
Okay? So apart from that, the next best options are likely to be something like Lal Bahadur Shastri, 4, Wellinkal. All these colleges are the ones you'll have to look at. The alternate option would in any case be 2 weeks, go all out for that, or look at repeating it. You have 22 months of work experience, so you can definitely go one more time.
And we've stated this enough, and I can't stress on it enough. जो भी हुआ हो अभी कैट में, जो भी Even if you are those 99.95 and हमने बोला PDP prep शुरू करो, ZAT की prep साथ में होनी है. And even if you're not getting, you've not done too well in CAT, not happy और कुछ आएगा, ZAT prep शुरू. I hope already हो रही है. You've got a good number of days. मतलब you generally don't get 15 days from a CAT result knowing exactly where I am to ZAT. 15 दिन में ZAT के लिए बहुत मेहनत हो सकती है. Please don't miss out on that, यार.
You take this Falcon?
No.
Okay.
GEM with a 95, 92.4, 8.5, 25 months of work ex 99.63. FMS, yes.
FMS, yes. Calcutta, no.
C, difficult.
C,
B maybe. 25 months work ex.
A and B both are possible, I would say. C is out because C, please remember, last 2 years the C cutoff has gone up from 99.6 to 99.7 plus purely because of the expansion of the number of candidates. Okay. So C मैं नहीं लेके चलूंगा, but Falcon, if you get C, it will be just at the edge. You will be probably one of the last few people to get a call. But FMS, A and B, all three are possible. FMS will happen. A and B should also happen.
But good profile, I think. Overall, good.
हर्ष को थाली नहीं लिया?
लिया है.
दे दिया है.
We PWC, we have taken 9.92 also you've taken. Yeah, I think we can probably just go down to new comments and then go up rather than down. Yeah. Let's start from here. Ankit Raj. Let's start from that. Okay. We picked up Tanu. Let's pick Tanu. 97.67, 97, 98, 90, general, non-engineer, male, fresher. Non-engineer, male, general. 97, 98 is good, yaar. And 97.67. I would say there is a high chance of Lucknow also. कोई code आएगा. Indore again, male, female के चक्कर में थोड़ी problem हो जाएगी. But otherwise, very, very stellar profile almost. 97, 98 and 90. Yeah, GP, your take? I would say Lucknow कोई code. I mean, obviously MDI, FT will come.
वो कहाँ गया वो? कहीं गुम गया है.
Sorry, कौन?
The comment जो हमने इधर.
वो CA वाला. जो हमने वो तो आप कुछ भी चूज करोगे आ जाएगा.
नहीं, but I want to take that जो हम चूज कर रहे थे ना एक उसके ऊपर वाला.
CA there was a right.
चलो कोई बात नहीं. Okay,
now we're getting a lot, guys. We will have to wrap this up sometime. नहीं तो ये चलते रहेगा आज पूरे दिन. तो hopefully ballpark you all are getting, but we'll pick up a few more. Last 8, 10. Okay. 99.13. Now the reason we are picking this up is BBA. अब हम खाली अनोखे वाले थोड़े pick करेंगे, ठीक है? Normal, the ones that we've already picked up, we'll leave. 99.13 EWS BBA male, 86, 95, 7.5 fresher chance of ABC. EWS C, I would say yes because 86 and 95 means sorted. 10 on 10 मिलने वाला है in your 10 at 12, so that is sorted. I would say C yes. A B maybe B. I would say slightly difficult because no work ex. A might come. GP your take?
Yeah, and then on C EWS BBS A आने का chance है. I will not rule it out.
C I think almost guaranteed.
C should happen. Even L can happen.
Yeah.
L would happen. So that's fine.
And I hope FMS apply किया.
Yeah. अंकित राज को देख रहे थे ना उस टाइम पे. अरे क्या बोल रहे हो? I don't know, Ankit. Somehow your comment keeps vanishing.
So Ankit probably post it again and we'll pick it up. Ankit Raj, I think we've missed it twice. Bhavya, I think we've done SC profile already. अब इतनी जल्दी आ रहे हैं कि अब हम वो ढूंढ जो रहे हैं वो भी नहीं मिल रहा है. But okay, let's just pick up. Okay, let's put Apurv probably.
एक आ गया है.
Okay. हाँ यही भव्या का था. SC male fresher 886 74 percentile. 238 in NMAT if your sectionals are fine, I think would be the best. But because SC 74
थोड़ा नीचे है यार भव्या. I would not bank on calls from the top IIMs definitely. The lowest IIMs, the latest 6 IIMs are the ones which you can probably hope to get a call from.
Correct. Missed it, Satvik. Probably share it again. एक सेकंड, ये डॉक्टर कोई आया. एक सेकंड, ये वेट. बीच में आके ना रुक जाते. ये तो हिलते जा रहे हैं.
वही बोलो.
दिया. Finally, Ankit. Chartered accountant, general male, 96.3, 95, 94.8, 67, 37 months. This is a very interesting profile, GP.
But CA hai, I don't think you will get it from either of them. Ankit, thoda sa miss ho gaya hai. Even for B, your percentile should have been about a 97.5, 98. And again, from a A for a chartered accountant, 37 months work experience, your score required would have been slightly higher.
Yeah, 98.5 plus perhaps.
So if you are 98.5, then both could have happened.
Okay. So guys, we'll just pick up 2-3 more, and then a couple of things that I wanted to go ahead and state. We'll probably get to that. Oops, बीच में कोई आ गया.
कोई बात नहीं.
Harsh, we've taken a similar profile already. Sagar, ये है. Yeah. 99.9. 9.4 would mean above a 90.
Yeah.
12th is 94.
9.4 will mean 89.5. 89.3 or
yes.
Okay. 12th 94, graduation 65 BBA. Okay, 99.9. देखो, first of all, Sagar, Calcutta is confirmed. FMS is confirmed. So Sagar, Calcutta and FMS confirmed. 15 months of work experience. The only issue could be if you miss A and B, it will be only because of your 89.3% in 10th. But Lucknow should again happen.
Indore will be difficult because of 10th and because male.
Indore to rule out kar deta hu. The moment we see male, we know it is very difficult. Okay. But FMS, Calcutta, Lucknow, Kozhikode, these 4 should happen. A and B, there's a very small chance, but you can get it. But I would not bank on it. Okay. But so focus on FMS and Calcutta over everything else.
Yeah. So guys, we picked up a lot of questions. We'll pick up a few more. Let's get back to this because I think this is important from the perspective of few of you all. अगर हम percentile cutoffs के बारे में बात करने लगे, please keep a couple of these things in mind. Cap, like we were stating, 94, 95 generally चाहिए होता. उसके अंदर now with Sambalpur going out, there is a possibility Sambalpur might come at a 90 or 92, like GP was saying, maybe even an 85. The IITs, this is what it generally looks like, roughly around a 90, 92 percentile. Kashipur is going to be at the lower end of the cap call, which is why Kashipur, Ranchi, Rohtak, we are saying 94. Rohtak mein one thing to keep in mind is, if I'm not wrong, last year general ka cutoff was close to about 96. But there is, I think, 90% unsaid reservation for female. So no offense meant to that, but that's something which I observed this year. And I think GP also observed it, that we saw that almost 85-90% of the batch was females. There were memes going on around that as well. So you'll have to take that with a pinch of salt. Rohtak is not going to be under cap. Uska ek alag process hona hai altogether, which will come out. And Rohtak interviews generally jaldi ho jati hai.
Rohtak is like NM and Symbiosis.
Same fund.
Hold under interviews early, ask the students to deposit money and lock them in. And if they take a refund, make some money out of it.
As simple as that. Irma, again, IMT Ghaziabad roughly around 90. IMT Ghaziabad का what I'll state is CAT में अगर उसको 90-91 चाहिए होता है, ZAT में 1-2 percentile कम पे भी आ जाता है. So IMT, even if it's not something that you might be looking at from a CAT perspective कि चलो यार CAT में 85-86 आया है, ZAT में fight मारोगे 88-90 पे भी IMT की possibility, XIMB की possibility at 90. So those range of colleges suddenly become possible from a ZAT perspective. And we've been constantly harping on that, ki ZAT pe focus rakhna. Irma, like GP pointed out, very good college.
Please apply and don't get bothered about the fact that its average placement is low. Its average placement is not low. It has got 3 distinct kind of placements. There's a government sector, there's a private sector, and there's a cooperative sector. Private sector salaries are the same as what you'll get from, let's say, an IMT or XM Bhubaneswar. Government sector obviously are lower, cooperative sector somewhere in between the two. So please apply. This is a very good program. Again, Great Lakes, Chennai, if you have a 2 years work experience, the Great Lake 1 year program is an excellent program, especially if you're looking at a career in the domain of IT.
Actually, a lot of students would have probably already received their profile-based calls. I remember having a conversation with a few of them. The first level of interview is an AI-led interview, which is happening with an AI agent. I think HR-oriented hai. Some of you all for the profile-based has already happened. One more which I wanted to talk about, जो थोड़ा पहले आ गया होगा पर हमने बात नहीं की, is SP Gen. Some of you all would have gotten the SP Gen call yesterday as well, profile-based. Please keep in mind, sectionals clear अगर नहीं हुए, कोई point नहीं है, which means 75 and overall 85. अगर वो हो गया है, that call stays. One reco GP that I generally like to give students is, the good part is this year at least they are saying कि process ही हम mid-Jan में शुरू करेंगे जब आप dates डालोगे, which means मेरे को लग रहा है profile plus score plus profile एक साथ interviews लेंगे ताकि उनके लिए वो easier हो. Try taking a later date is all I'm going to state.
Yes.
ग्रुप इंटरव्यू होती है, थोड़ा अलग होता है, थोड़ा प्रिपरेशन के लिए खुद को टाइम दे दो. IITs, I think.
IITs we have talked about, so you can go further. tap me in the corner.
Yeah.
Very important.
This, like GP said, might even go down to an 80 if the profile is very, very good. But generally 85 percentile chahiye hota hai. This is what we were talking about and why we put it out separately at a 90 percentile, stating कि high chance है कि हो सकता है आपको यहाँ पे call आए at the end of the day, because they have stated हम cap के अंदर नहीं रहने वाले, so वो possibility है. Jammu, Bodh and all possible. These are SAP. Please keep in mind these fall under SAP. So SAP का cutoff generally hovers lower. अगर cap का 94 है, SAP comes down to about a 90-91. This is for the other exams. Now, once again, we've been talking about that level between a 80-85. So 4 is going to be a good college. GIM between a 90-95 is going to be a good college. Again, both of these possible through ZAT as well.
Yeah.
तो अगर CAT में से ज़्यादा अच्छा नहीं आया, 75 तक आया है, 80 तक आया है, you can probably go ahead and get better if you go ahead and have a look at this.
And these are good colleges to apply to decent placements.
Yeah.
SRCC GBO, again, those of you who have reservation, please apply to it. Delhi University program, the biggest advantage is low fees, reservation is there, and less applications. Many people miss out on institutes like this. Okay.
We've spoken about Wellinkar, LBSI.
These are all the colleges you can look at if you are 75 percentile plus.
Yeah. One college which I think we probably missed mentioning here is BITSOM. I think BITSOM is doing some good work over the last few years. Might probably be around that 85-90 percentile range.
Yeah, they also look at the profile.
Yeah, but a very good college. And the good part is they've done a very good job in recruiting the faculty. They've hired faculty from ABC. Like I know a couple of professors I studied under at Calcutta have now moved to BITSOM. So they are doing a good job in building up. Plus BITSET, it's a good name as well. So I think BITSOM, maybe in a few years down the line, we might be talking about it as a college in that 94-95 percentile range. But it could be a college you can look at.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the last part which I thought that we should talk about. The caveat here is very, very simple, which is we are talking about the sectional cutoffs which are there on their website when they talk about eligibility. This does not necessarily mean that this will be the sectional cutoff for a call. Okay. One simple example, and that is something a lot of you all pointed out, is look at this. IIM Mumbai is nothing but nitty. Sectional as per their website, the document is on their website for 2024-26 year, which means last year का 25-27 का डाला नहीं है. उसके अनुसार it was 80-75 as sectionals and overall at 85. We know, at least most of us know कि 95 के आसपास sectional was what was required, and overall cutoff obviously goes where it goes. So I will take this with a little bit of pinch of salt. Just like it does not mean 70-70-70 अगर IIM Ahmedabad में sectional आ गया तो आपका हो जाएगा.
But to me, the more important thing, I'll not bother about this because कुछ नहीं कर सकता मैं. To me, this is more important.
Yes.
Okay. This is more important because out here, this is no sectional cutoff. Now, if I'm weak, so these are the colleges I have to definitely look at. Okay. I definitely need to look at FMS, IIM CAP, Rohtak, IIT, Delhi, IMI. Now, these are the list of colleges. Now, the percentile variation is huge out here. Okay, this is something like a 99 plus percentile. This is about 95 percentile. This is 95 percentile. This will be again the 95. This will be 95. Kharagpur and VG Soma are likely to be 92-93. Again, IMI Delhi is 90. Great Lakes Chennai 90 for the 1-year program, and for the 2-year program it will be 85. So these are all your something like 80-85 percentile colleges. So यहाँ पे this is the list that you should definitely look at if you have a challenge in terms of a sectional cutoff.
Yeah.
I'll just roll back ताकि लोगों को दिख सके ये.
Yeah. I think mostly दिख रहा होगा सबको. So guys, this is what is going to be the key. 2 to 3 things. Now, obviously we've not been able to go ahead and take every single, right? हर बंदे का लेने लग गए. There was at one point in time यहाँ पे 700-800 लोग stream में थे. हर बंदे का लेने लग जाएंगे तो सोचो हम कितने लोगों का.
What we will do is all those who have written anything, we will reply on the comment which you have given.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will reply on the comment, but also you can go ahead and utilize this at this point in time. We've got a B School advisor, a B School call getter, which is already live. Currently talking about 30 odd colleges. The team is working very, very hard to ensure we add the next layer of colleges, which is the next 25-30 colleges as well over the course, hopefully, of the next couple of days. So we are at it. So use this. Till then, we will also try answering as many as queries as possible in the comments to go ahead and help you out with this. But overall, 2 things which I want to leave you with. Okay, irrespective of how you've performed. हाँ, अभी टाइम लगा लिया, आधा दिन लगा लिया, बैठे हुए हैं, देख रहे क्या कॉल जाएंगे, 2-3 चीजें. If you know you are going to get a call from one of the top 20 B schools, please kickstart your GDPI prep, VAT prep today. Look at the PDP personalized program, look at the PDP planned program. Even if you feel that you'll get a call from the, say colleges between the 20th to the 40th rank, absolutely no problem, enroll, start your preparation. Because you never know, colleges that will call, their interviews might happen early, like we've spoken about, and after the call you might just have a week and a half, 10-15 days to prep. You don't want to be in that situation. That's one. Number 2, if it's not gone off well, ZAT अभी भी है, 10 दिन है, 15 दिन है, प्रेप करो, अच्छे से करो. Don't get overwhelmed by what has already happened. Focus on these 15 days, and GPNI and or the entire CL team can give you innumerable examples of students जिन in हिंदी बोलते हैं ना, मखा दिया, कैट मख गया, लेकिन ZAT में वो 98, 99 आ गया, 97 आ गया, and students have ended up at XLR and converted it. Please don't miss out on that opportunity.
And I've taken up one last question, not because he's addressed me directly, but because of the message. His average score in mocks was about 95 percentile. Kishan has unfortunately ended up with 77. There's a clear case of focusing on ZAT or going for a retake or both. Which means you just focus on ZAT, Kishan, for the next 2 weeks. Hopefully you'll make it to one of the either XLR Jamshedpur or to the other one. Secondly, even if you don't do well there, remember NCOBC, pick up a job, start preparing for CAT 20. Average 95, you had a bad day. Next year it will hopefully be much better.
Perfect.
Yeah.
A little to the side, in case guys you want to scan this, please go ahead and scan this for the B School Advisor. And one last question and we'll wrap it up, guys. Difficult to pick every, but one last, 99.69, General BBA 889 fresher. What top colleges with 889, 99.69? Calcutta is a touch and go. 99.7 के आसपास generally cut off रहता है, तो वो touch and go थोड़ा हो गया है. But BBA हो, 88 is my problem. Otherwise I would have said लखनऊ बहुत आराम से देगा. कोई कोड might still come probably, कोई कोड, but
कोई कोड लखनऊ दोनों possibility तो है.
Both of them are like the 88 is your slight issue.
Yeah.
Okay. Saksham 92.2, SC 94, 73, 0 WorkX. So SC with a 95, 94 and 73. Engineer. I think you'll get a call. I think you can expect a lot.
Yeah.
Saksham, you can expect a lot of calls.
Rest of the calls we'll try and answer on the
chat.
Below your chat only. We'll respond to your chats and try to address all your issues.
Yeah. Couple of things. Those prepping for ZAT, in case you still feel मेरे को थोड़ी और help चाहिए, थोड़ा और मेहनत चाहिए, we've got a ZAT online classes course. There you can scan this, you can try enrolling for it. Hopefully it will go ahead and help you. You have got 15 days. Probably a structured way of approaching it might be something which might be relevant for you. And to those, like I pointed out, if you already know कि हाँ मेरे calls आने वाले हैं, अच्छे calls आने वाले हैं, please kickstart. PDP is Personality Development Program, which means the GDPI VAT program for all of y'all. Kickstart, don't wait, don't stop, don't delay. ASAP शुरू कर दो. ठीक है? That's basically it. From our end, these are places where you can find us. कल रात से GP और मैं बैठे हुए हैं, हम लोग टेलीग्राम ग्रुप पे काफी रिप्लाई कर रहे हैं. In case you tag us there, we will try our level best to go ahead and do that. I think that might actually also be a better way to reach out to us. We might not be able to reply to every chat here, but in the Telegram group, if you go ahead, you get there and you tag one of us, we'll try our level best to go ahead and reply there for sure. But B School Advisor पहले try कर लेना, हो सकता है काफी आंसर उससे ही मिल जाए. ठीक है? So that's about it from our end, guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully this was helpful. We will keep catching up. Shashwat, Gem 878, 91.8. Please go ahead and look at ZAT or a retake. Okay. That's about it.
Okay.
Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye. All the best.